Hi, this is Josh with a quick tutorial on graphing linear equations with the TI-84 calculator. After turning the calculator on, make sure you're in the calculator screen. You can check yourself by typing in like 9 times 9, enter, and it'll output 81. So all functions of the calculator can be used on the main screen. Over to graph a function, click the button y equals on the upper left. And then you'll see that there are 9 rows where you can enter 9 different equations. Here we're graphing a linear equation. So let's graph 3x plus 1. So I type in 3. This key, which is xt theta n, because it's used for various different modes of the calculator. But here I'll put variable x in the equation, plus 1. So now the calculator is ready to be graphed. If you hit the graph button on the upper right, the calculator will then plot the line here as a blue line. So I go back to y equals. Just going to refresh this page. You can see here on the right side in the triple windows, the equation, the graph, and a table. Let's go to the table. So to go to the table, you hit the second button, then graph. And you can see the domain on the left side, x, and the output or range, y, here. And I can scroll up and down. So it's at -5, but I can scroll down to positive numbers. Let's say I wanted to know what's the value of the function at x equals 30. Then you'd look to the right, and it says that the function is at 91. So if a question was, what is the value of the function when the x equals 30, it can also be solved just by scrolling on the table. However, what if the calculator says, well, what's the value of the function at 5.2? You can see here on the domain that it's just skipping by ones. But you want to know what's the value at 5.2. Well, you have a couple of options. First thing you can do with linear equations is you can go do second table set and change the table step so that it's in tenths. So if I write it as 0.1. Then when I go back to the table, you'll see in the domain that now I can find the value at, did I say 5.2? By scrolling down. It takes a while to scroll. But as you can see, the domain is now skipping by tenths instead of by whole numbers, by integers. So at 5.2, excuse me, the calculator has a value, shows the equation has a value of 16.6. The other thing you can do with the domain settings for the table is you can hit blue button table set. And here I'll just reset the table step so that it's integer units of 1. But for the input value for x, you can type in ask. So switch the window so that it's blinking on ask instead of auto. Then when I go back to the table by second graph, the entire table is empty. All of the values have been cleared out. But you can enter any values you want. For example, I can enter 1, 0, 1. What's the function at 2? What's the function at 3? What's the function at 5.2? What's the function at a third? You can even enter in fractions like this. So this is a very useful skill to have. Make sure, once again, you do blue button, table set, and switch the independent variable, that's for the domain, for ask. This is very useful for your preparation for the SAT. I hope that you enjoyed this video on graphing TI-84 linear equations.